In the long and storied history of gaming, there are many that have changed the cultural landscape simply because they dared to dream. Visionaries that broke the mold and saw a future for gaming that would alter the medium forever. And then there's this guy. He didn't do any of that. Don't worry if you haven't heard of him, this was back in January of 2015. There was a lot going on. The world had just agreed on an environmental accord that was sure to go absolutely great. Jon Stewart said goodbye, Adele said hello, and debate raged over what color this dress was. But with all of these cultural revolutions clashing, a recently growing sect of gaming was also coming into its own. Esports. The absolute pinnacle of decorum, class, and sportsmanship. These events were where you could revel in the good-natured spirit of competition and communicate ideas that push the bounds of what gaming culture could be. However, one man looked at the utopian future of esports potential and said, no, not good enough. Sasa Bullock had a vision of esports as a 5-star experience. Not just gaming, but music, culture, luxury, and all of it in excess. And that's when it came to him like a bolt from the blue. I know. I'll host an esports tournament off the coast of the Adriatic Sea. The event will be held by the most beautiful of yacht clubs and all accommodations will be 5-star experiences. No, 6-star experiences. There will be music and entertainment and money, lots of money, yes. And it will be the greatest event in esports history, and then all of the ladies will say I'm a wise and sexy business esporter. And with this revolutionary idea, Sasa Bullock got to work to bringing esports into a new frontier.
Do an ad! It's ad time! Do an ad!
Look, I keep turning down $200 to save you about 90 seconds per video to listen to something that I don't truly endorse and you don't really care about. So give me just 30 seconds to say that I work hard on these, I've got your back, and if you want to support this channel,
Nobody cares! Shut up, subscribe, man, nobody cares!
Don't forget to like and subscribe. So Sasa Bullock is the CEO of a promotional company called Gaming Resorts. For the sake of clarity, the company currently has no immediate ties to either resorts or gaming.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
That small detail won't slow Sasa down as he has big plans to bring to the industry. So with optimistic onlookers waiting for the reveal of the soon-to-be esports masterpiece, Sasa reveals the event on January 24th, 2015. It looks stunning. It promises everything. High-end resorts, camps along the seacoast, gaming right on the beach, and a $150,000 prize pool. And it wasn't just the gaming that was going to be top tier either. There would also be 2 separate stages in their festival area, and boasted a showcase of the industry's top hardware and software companies on site that would be offering visitors a look at their latest high-end wares. Does that sound impossible? Well, not anymore. Hurry up and reserve your place in heaven. Well, sure, that sounds wonderful, I hear you say to yourself, but I haven't got thousands of dollars necessary to make that kind of trip. Nah, you simple fool. You don't need thousands. Your ticket to the ultimate gaming paradise only costs somewhere in a range of $350 to $650. A mere fraction of what it's worth, and a cost nearly any serious gamer would be eager to spend for such an experience. You'd be a fool not to go. Well, it's settled, you say. There's no chance I'd miss such an amazing experience for such an affordable price. So you buy your tickets and wait. Anticipation continues to build as some of the top teams are selected for the CSGO tournament. Ninjas in Pajamas and Team Solo Mid are signed up. With play-in tournaments taking place in mid-June to determine the other competitors, you have nothing else to do but spend your days dreaming about the paradise waiting for you just a few months away. Those daydreams feel ever closer when a new promotional video is released in late July, reiterating the incredible event that is just around the corner. It seems obvious that others are catching wind of what will surely be the most extravagant esports competition in history, and when ticket prices go up for the final month leading into the event, you can't help but feel a little smug about your early bird pricing. As the event draws closer, things appear completely on track until the first sign of trouble rears its head. August 21st, just 2 weeks before the event is set to begin, one of the biggest CSGO teams drops out. Unfortunate, but hardly a deal breaker for anyone looking to go forward with the ultimate gaming paradise experience. There will still be top tier gaming, beautiful beaches, and an abundance of entertainment in the form of live Oh. Okay, so no live music either. But You still have all the high-caliber teams looking to square off, and the day before you're set to get on your plane for the vacation of a lifetime... Good God. Something's wrong. Convincing yourself that you've already bought the tickets, like a desperate man on his 418th scratch card, you convince yourself that you've already invested in the costs, you might as well reap some of the rewards and enjoy your trip. Just 17 short hours later with a crying baby and you land in the beautiful Porto Roș, Slovenia and settle in for the action to start the following day. While you slumber peacefully, dreaming of the electro music you can no longer listen to live, the professional players set to provide your entertainment for the coming week are also arriving in the country. Unfortunately for them, nobody at the gaming resorts cared enough to bother showing up. Players were actually stranded at the airport for hours with no transportation, with some teams reporting that they didn't arrive to their hotels until 3 a.m. on the same day the competition was set to begin. But, being the professionals that they are, they were ready to go for the 10 a.m. start time for the first matches of the day. However, as the players showed up to compete, they noticed that something important was missing. The computers. It turns out that 2 separate delivery contracts were signed to deliver the monitors and the computers for the event, and with gameplay set to start, only the monitors had arrived. In addition to not having computers to play on, it seems a literal act of God had already set the tournament behind due to the competition taking place outdoors. While the Adriatic Sea is normally a wonderful temperate climate, it seems that right before the tournament was set to begin, a massive storm came in and interfered with the few remaining qualifier matches for the early participants. However, even with the heavens themselves telling Sasa to pack it in, he was intent on marching forward by any means necessary. First, they would solve the computer problem by simply finding more computers. After a little time and effort, they finally got a dozen individual computers and were set to resume the tournament. But the computers they found didn't have graphics cards. So while you patiently await for your events to resume, the tournament organizers begin scrambling to track down graphics cards that can be Frankensteined into these office workstations to allow the games to begin. The event is sort of saved when they get in contact with a group of shady Bitcoin miners that are willing to part with some of their less lucrative components in order for the tournament to resume. Once the graphics cards are installed, the first match of the tournament is finally ready to begin at 9 p.m., nearly 12 hours after the tournament was originally scheduled to start. But you've been waiting. You spent your time taking in the beautiful sights, listening to the sort of live music, and now your vacation plans will finally be complete with the absolute peak of gaming skill, providing you a lullaby into the evening as the sun sets on the Adriatic coastline. To compensate for the delay, all the matches are shortened to best of 3 instead of their originally planned best of 5, but outside of this minor change, the dream vacation is still on. But the hints that there's something wrong won't seem to go away. In fact, the issues only seem to be getting worse. Rumors begin circulating that the bill for the hotels hasn't yet been paid. Neither has the bill for the venue, or the rental space, or the equipment. In fact, it's actually one of the many plausible explanations as to why the computers never showed up. After not paying the contracted money for the delivery of the monitors, the delivery company said, "Very well, no second delivery for you then." It was either that or aliens, maybe. I don't know. There's not a lot of information available for that. Regardless of what the specific reason was, the lack of money spilled over into public view as the Dota 2 portion of the tournament that was set to begin the following day was cancelled, since they could no longer afford to award the winning team the associated prize pool. While mismanaging money has a long and storied tradition in esports, such rampant disregard for paying your bills while an active tournament is taking place has some additional side effects.
Shut it down!
The CSGO players who spent most of their night trying to compete for their slice of that promised $50,000 prize pool returned to their hotels to find that their passports had been confiscated by police for theft of goods and services due to the hotel bills not being paid. But they were the lucky ones, it turns out, as 3 players from Team Titan wouldn't make it back to their hotels without first making a quick pit stop at the local hospital after contracting a stomach virus that nearly put them out of commission. And it's not just that the players are suffering. Gaming.rs, the company subcontracted to run the event itself, is being actively locked out of the venue due to lack of payment. Enter Petar Markovic, the CEO of Gaming.rs, the company responsible for assembling the event. Leaping into action, Petar would contact the appropriate embassies, negotiate with the venue, see to the needs of the players involved, and when almost every team present was ready to walk away from the event, he was the one who brought the players, and Sasa, to the table to negotiate a deal to bring the event to a proper conclusion. There, it was agreed that the players would resume the event as planned and would now be paid 90 days after the event ends, instead of, after they won, like every other tournament. Team Kingwin would eventually go on to secure an exciting win against Navi in front of an absolutely electrified crowd. And the sheer excitement they express after their win, well, it says it all, really. With the Dota 2 tournament cancelled and most of the smaller prize competitions never taking place, the entirety of the event seemed to boil down to an anticlimactic finish with the conclusion of the CSGO tournament. So congrats, you've just realized your greatest fantasy. A vacation that involves high-caliber esports action, beautiful beaches, lush resorts, and a level of ease and comfort never before realized at any esports event in history. And still, currently, has not been realized. Though it may have had a few bumps along the way, when you finally arrive back home, you can at least feel good knowing that your attendance also helps support some of the talented gamers who... Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Overall, it's really hard because the boss of the event is kind of trying to make things good, but it feels like it's not really working for him, or he has no idea what he's doing.